Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing well today. I found a poem on unfoldinglight.net that relates to our gospel that we heard yesterday in worship. It's a poem about weeds and wheat, and I will close out with that. But first, I wanted to remind you of the books that are coming up for our book reads. Of course, this month is The Gift of Our Wounds, and our book read is coming up at the end of next week. But then for August, we're going to read this book. It's an older book called The Year of Living Biblically by A.J. Jacobs. He's a journalist who attempts to live for a year by some of the Levitical laws that are in the Old Testament in the book of Leviticus. And I've read a little bit of it. I'm anxious to finish it. It's quite humorous. So join us for that book in August. And then in September, we will read Being Mortal by Atul Gawande. This too is not new. It came out a few years ago, but a book that I've been wanting to read, a book that addresses some of the issues we have in our society with healthcare and denial of death and many things like that. So those are our books coming up for the rest of the summer for our book reads. And then I just wanted to recommend once again this movie called Little Boy. Sunday we're going to hear the parable of the mustard seed, and I just rewatched this yesterday, and it's all about that parable of the mustard seed and how the little boy tries to have that kind of faith and how his life changes when he tries to exercise that. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie. So some recommendations for you for today, and then I will close out with this devotional poem called Weeds and Wheat from unfoldinglight.net, and it's based on the 30th verse of Matthew 13 that we heard yesterday. Let weeds and wheat grow together until the harvest. God, I meant to be a good person. I wanted to produce wisdom and justice. How is it I am so compromised? There is goodness and mercy in me, and there is selfishness and fear, privilege that serves only my fake desires. I've been asleep. I missed it when my ego crept in and sowed all this junk in me. I want to march through the field of my life and tear out all the weeds. I want to be better now. But look how harsh I am, judging myself. My hands are full not of the fruit of love, but shame and a scythe. Some of me that I am disappointed in hides your blessing, wheat among the weeds. Only you know the true fruits I bear. I set aside my weapons. I let go of accusing myself. I accept myself as I am, weeds and wheat. I trust you to glean the grain from my field and remove the rest. Gone, cleansed, burned forever. May my peace and acceptance be the seeds I sow for the next harvest. Indeed, as Martin Luther said too, we are saint and sinner all at the same time. We are capable of great good as well as great evil, and we must constantly have the mind of Christ and make those choices as we face each day. And we trust in that hope that God forgives that sin, that God has mercy, and that God shows us the way and directs us in the path so that the wheat may flourish, even amongst the weeds. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you tomorrow.